So guerrilla tactics, let me just tell you, this is really important. Okay, so remember how like foreign intervention is not deep. It's deep in this one. Italy was sending like 75k troops, which again, like I don't understand how they even had that. I didn't even know Italy had an army. So I need to check Mussolini again. Germany sent like 16k troops and there was like 600 tanks. Like that's a lot of shit. Oh, they also sent so many planes. Italian bombing was super significant. Oh, they also got $560 million in supplies. Like the nationalists got this from Germany and shit. Portugal was also like, let's go Franco, so we open our borders so you can get supplies from us, but not for the Republicans. But like this is all good for the nationalists. Obviously they won, but the Republicans, like foreign support was not as effective. Basically Stalin was like super invested into his own country, and obviously like Russia was not doing well. Russian aid was like super difficult to bring in, also because they were literally on the other side of the world. Like Spain, Russia, it's very far. International brigades like pulled up real fast and they had 51,000 troops. But like again, they were like literally useless because of the guerrilla warfare implemented. So they literally withdrew in 1938. That's 2 years. To be fair, the war did last 3 years, so it's a bit like you couldn't have stayed one more year. Kind of deep. Okay, so you know how we're talking about foreign intervention? So obviously the nationalists have got so much help from Germany and Italy, like getting loads of shit. The Republicans are not getting anything from Russia apart from like, we love you. And now you're like, what about France and the UK? The UK and France were not doing anything to prevent Italy and Germany from helping Spain, which is like so weird because then they're all doing this policy of containment shit. Actually, that's not until after the war, and that's communism, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. Austria, they do the Austria thing where they go to Austria and they're like, stop, like we'll give you state and land. You should have thought about this before. So it's actually really useful for an intervention for life, which leads us on to technology also kind of important. Franco's successes in Aragon and Catalonia all owed to air power. Guys, I don't actually know. Like they did some sort of like blitzkrieg type thing. There was like a lot of aircraft, artillery, tanks, infantry, all of that. Their offensive in Catalonia was really, really good, but it didn't help anywhere else. It was literally Aragon and Catalonia. That was it, like nowhere else. So if we move on to guerrilla tactics, this is the most important part because they are so gonna ask us about guerrilla tactics in the exam. So let's talk about guerrilla. Right. Let me tell you, was set up, the nationalists literally set up guerrilla units because they were like, we need to win. And they were also doing the same thing as in China, like exploiting the weaknesses of the Republicans, which was that they literally had no resources because nobody was supporting them. Like, where are they supposed to get the resources from? They don't have any money. So it's literally just random fragmented groups fighting each other. That's what's happening. So, and they had no communication, like literally, because it's like literally, okay, this is literally like the Russian Civil War. It's like, this would be perfect to compare with the Russian Civil War, but you can't. So it's literally the Russian Civil War. Like they had no communication, all of the groups were fragmented, and that's basically all you need to know. Except I can't find anything on specific groups. So just know the anarchists were like super aggressive. Anyway, so the bombing of Guernica, that is a guerrilla tactic thing. 300 dead, and it happened 5 waves of bombs in over 90 minutes. And then in the evening, they came more, they kept bombing. Like surely 5 times is good enough. Okay, so yeah, it was the destruction of roads and bridges in the north, because that was basically in the north. That's where there was a lot of Republicans were chilling. So at first the Republicans were like literally chilling all the way up here. Obviously the Basque and Catalonia, they had to like work up here. So the nationalists were like, we need to get rid of this. So they were just like bomb, 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 Catalonia, bomb, 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 bomb. And then they destroyed all of these roads and bridges in the north. It was a nationalist stuff, and they did it all the time. But it's just that in the south, they had way more support because basically in Morocco, they had loads of army people, and the army people from Morocco would come up here. So there was loads of army people in the south. And as we said, what are they? Conservative as hell. So that's literally it. Basically, that's it. Like, there's nothing else to know about it. So I hope you really enjoyed. I don't really have anything else to tell you about. Slay.